Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Suicide Squad. As of November 10th, Thursday, 2016, Suicide Squad stands at $325,100,054 domestically, which is very impressive. You know, it's only about 4,800 and something away from Batman v Superman's total. And we'll look at that in a minute. But also, its worldwide gross is 745,600,054, which is also very impressive. Remember, these figures here haven't changed for a while. I believe when they adjust the foreign box office, this number is going to go up a little bit more. Now, what does it mean in terms of worldwide box office grosses? Well, Suicide Squad at present, in terms of worldwide box office grosses, it's right now at 75th position, right behind Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. 746.9 million it'll need to make, and then a little bit more to cross and surpass that, and it still has enough time to do so. Now, in terms of all-time domestic box office, like I said, Suicide Squad is not that far away from Batman v Superman. In fact, Suicide Squad is currently at 48th place, and Batman v Superman is at 46th place. So the only thing separating them is Forrest Gump, and I don't think Suicide Squad is going to make that 330 million, but it's going to close the gap significantly enough that I think the difference will be about 3 million, maybe 4 million, maybe 2 million. Okay? And that's significant because if Suicide Squad could gross in this domestic gross at the box office, and the characters in Suicide Squad are not anywhere on the level of Batman v Superman characters, it says a lot about Suicide Squad and its success. Now, when you compare Suicide Squad to Deadpool, I got something very interesting to show you guys. So Suicide Squad, its daily box office currently up to November the 10th, which was Thursday, that box office is actually 23,214,000. In fact, the beginning of the week it was, sorry, not million, it's $23,214. And Monday, as of Monday, it was 18 million, then 21 million, then 15 million, then 23 million. Okay? I want to show you something. Look at Deadpool at the same time. We're looking at its 95th day in theaters to its 98th day in theaters. Okay? So when we look at Deadpool's numbers in its 98th day, its 95th to the 98th day, it started off the week pretty strong. In its 95th day, 19,158,000, and if you look at Suicide Squad, it was 18,114,000, right? So it was doing better there. But as to the other days, it made 22,547, and then 20,097, and then 19,277, right? It's going down, 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 down. But look at what happened with Suicide Squad. So on the Tuesday, Suicide Squad made 21,237. It was a little bit under Deadpool. On the Wednesday, it made significantly lower than Deadpool in that it made 15,000, where Deadpool made 20,000, right? But here's what happens on the Friday. On the Friday, Deadpool makes 19,277. Sorry, not Friday, Thursday. And Suicide Squad makes 23,214, which is bigger than Deadpool, which I thought was very interesting. It was kind of like a down, up thing going on here. And this also happened the week before, but the only thing is it actually did better than the week before. So I don't know what numbers we're going to see here, but this is very intriguing to me. So we'll see how that goes. But basically, it surpassed Deadpool. It's like it's getting a boost or something. And again, let's see what the weekend figures look like. If it does surpass Deadpool's numbers again in the weekend figures, it would tell us how long this thing needs to stay in the box office, in the theaters, actually. So, I just wanted to highlight those things concerning Suicide Squad in my Suicide Squad update. Now, I haven't made a statement about the election results in the United States of America because I didn't want to express my disappointment in the American people who actually allowed Donald Trump to become president of the United States. I wanted to be able to say something that would be constructive in some way, shape, or form. But I can speak pretty much for the rest of the world in saying that the strategy of divisiveness, of fascism, of sexism, of total disregard for minorities and for people of other faiths, uh, the rhetoric that was dirty and low, the the campaign that was run by Donald Trump, which was one of trying to tarnish the career of Hillary Clinton and tarnish her record. I thought that the campaign was nasty and low by the Trump campaign, and apparently the majority of Americans do not agree with that. Obviously, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but in terms of state by state in getting his successes, there is a significant amount of people that actually harmonized with that and actually voted for Donald Trump. And I thought, this is so much like the devil. I mean, the devil, what he does is he divides to conquer. And this is what basically Donald Trump did. I mean, I'm very disappointed in the American people, because whereas Hillary Clinton's campaign was about inclusiveness and Trump's was about exclusiveness, about white supremacy basically, and other immigrants into the country or even illegal immigrants, his solution was to build a wall and kick out as many people, especially people who are from Islamic states and so on, to kick them out the country. And to basically, he's saying to use illegal means to seek these people out, stop and search and these kind of things, basically profile people. That's what he's doing. He's profiling people. And for someone who's from the outside world, the work that Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and so many did to repair the image of America in the world after George Bush basically messed that up and trashed it to bits. And to see now that we have this retarded, backward thinking sort of way being voted for and agreed upon is sad. It shows that America still has a lot of healing to do. There's obviously a lot of racism in America. There's a lot of sexism in America. I mean, Donald Trump is a guy, a white guy, and Hillary Clinton was a white woman, and apparently people voted because Hillary Clinton was a woman. She shouldn't be fit to lead. And these are some of the narrow-minded, stupid sort of thinking. Up to this day, people think that her emails had something in them. Her emails has nothing in them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, what they were supposed to be talking about, which had to do with what was happening in Libya with the ambassador's residence, finding nothing on her, they went off into these emails. This very same thing that the supposed majority leader of the Republican Party in Congress basically said is actually what came to pass. And to me, it's very saddening. But the good news is that Donald Trump is president of the United States and people voted him in, and now those people will have to live with the consequences of voting in Donald Trump. And as much as Barack Obama was trying to be gracious and saying, you know, we need to come together as Americans and support Donald Trump, I already know that there's something called karma and there's something called consequence. And so if this is what you think America should be, it should be a divisive place where you should go back to oil and coal, even though there are alternative sources of energy out there, and that you should go back to coal mining and put the coal miners back to work and stuff like that. If you think that's the way America should be, then America's going to go backwards even further, and it's going to be behind the rest of the world. Okay? The fact that the rest of the world could see that Hillary Clinton should have been the president of the United States, and the Americans, certain Americans at least, think that she was not appropriate and Donald Trump should be appropriate, shows the backwardness of the United States of America. This is why China has taken over the scene economically, and America is left in the dust. And Barack Obama was correct. We needed to have advanced skills and advanced expertise in America. We can't just do the same old, just got guys on production companies and building things. It doesn't work like that. Because the rest of the world, we won't be any competition to them. They'll always beat us. they'll always beat Americans. So it's one of the most saddening things to see people get hoodwinked into believing that Donald Trump, who has never had a plan for America, sadly doesn't have a plan for America, won this election on negativity and trashing his opponent, trying to find dirt on his opponent, and it boomeranged back on him. We got to go, the world, I say we because the world's going to be involved in this, we got to go through 4 years of Donald Trump, okay? We bared 8 years of George Bush, okay? And I could say, I don't have to be gracious like Barack Obama. George Bush ran America into the ground. It was Barack Obama who cleaned it up. George Bush Sr. ran America into the ground. It was Bill Clinton that cleaned it up, okay? Barack Obama is one of the most respected presidents worldwide. Worldwide. Only racists like Putin disrespected him. Hillary Clinton, respected worldwide, has done remarkable work worldwide to bring the world together to respect the United States of America. That America is not just a police state. That's what many people in the world believed under George Bush, Sr. and Jr., Gestapo. You don't just go break down our nation's sovereignty and invade Iraq. You don't do those things. It's still a war crime. In fact, he broke rules because there was no grounds for him to invade Iraq. Barack Obama used this intelligent thing and he did not invade Syria. Instead, he provided support. And I still disagree with some of the things he did with respect to Syria. But I will say that by and large, he did not deploy troops unnecessarily to those areas. He cared about the veterans. He cared about his military. He cared about the armies. Instead, using smart technology, drones, and so on. See, we got to go through some time and years of a president who's never going to balance the budget, who's going to now run the economy downwards. We won't have growth. You'll have depression. With his reasoning of lifting all taxes. Lifting all taxes never solved an economic problem in the United States of America. Never once. Cutting taxes for the elite. It's the elite that's going to get the biggest cuts in taxes because they have the biggest revenues. And while we need to spur big business on, and big business depends on Wall Street, they depend on stock exchanges. It's no rocket science to that. So the people who are saying they're against Wall Street and regulations for Wall Street, they're idiots. You don't go against Wall Street. Wall Street is the center of your commerce. That is where all the big businesses and big companies that you want to give tax breaks are able to do business with other countries of the world. So you don't go against Wall Street. That's stupid. When Barack Obama gave the stimulus package to bail out Wall Street, it's because it was about to have an economic crash. But you people are so, well, I'm not going to become derogatory, but I'm just going to say, you guys got what you wanted. You wanted Donald Trump. That's those of you who were talking on my video. All this stupid conspiracy theory that has nothing, it's just fluff. Okay? And another guy's already exposed what Donald Trump is doing already. And that he's just part of of course he's part of the system. He's a businessman. He benefited from the system. Why would he change it? But you guys gobbled up his rhetoric and his fluff with no content. So now, karma is going to play its role in making sure you get what you wanted. You picked the fascists to rule America. You picked someone with a shady past to run America. So if Donald Trump decides a little later on in his career when things are starting to go south and he tries to get another war involved, the Americans involved in another war, when Donald Trump decides that democracy is not working in his favor, don't be surprised that that America becomes a socialist state. Don't be surprised. We know a number of Americans already immigrated out of America and they've gone to Canada and Mexico and other places. We already know that. But what I'm saying is, I know there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be watchdogs watching this dude. and also watching the Republican Party, because you got the Congress you wanted. Now let's see if that Congress does anything to help you. And even if it does help you in some way, does it help America on the whole? I feel sad because there's never been a Republican who has ever helped the economy of the United States of America. All Republicans have done are gotten themselves involved in wars, and definitely Donald Trump will follow suit. That's what they're good at doing. Barack Obama cleaned up 2 wars. He stopped the Iraq war and he pulled out troops. And then he stopped the Afghanistan war. He had the Afghanistan go into Afghanistan, deal their thing, and come out. You don't get presidents doing that. You didn't even get Bill Clinton doing that. Now you guys are going to start to whine and moan and hope you wish you had Obama or wish you had Hillary Clinton. It's going to happen. It's not even going to take a year for that to happen. But then your cries will be lost, because the democracy will be changed to a policed state. Barack Obama was demilitarizing the police force, demilitarizing the military, the National Guard, so they weren't spooky and scary. All of the people who were coming in from other parts of the world and doing their projects in the United States of America, invading people's homes and stuff, it started to disappear again. Well, guess what? You got Donald Trump, baby. So it's Gestapo all over again. In your fear and panic, you did worse than Brexit. Did worse than Brexit. Vladimir Putin, there is no democracy in Russia right now. But this is what you voted for. You just voted for another demigod-like tyrannical leader. You'll see. There's one in the Philippines, there's one in China, there's one in Russia. You know, the interesting thing is Castro's brother is trying to actually unwind the socialism, and he's trying to fall in line with, you know, a democratic world. And Barack Obama was laying out a hand to Castro. And then you guys so brilliantly now have Castro. Castro's going to get stronger now. Castro's going to get stronger now. Because you got a guy who's could be a tyrant when he's elected to office. A tyrant is going to be running the country. And he is racist. And he is sexist. So I feel sorry for America. All those women who voted in Donald Trump, I applaud you. Now you're going to have to reap the benefits of a Donald Trump reign. All those men who voted against Hillary Clinton because she was a woman and she was intimidating and she seemed like a great contest. Now, one golden lining in the whole thing is at least we know abortion and the LGBT, you know, that movement is probably not going to get play, which is a good thing. Other than that, I can't really see any good coming from anything here. But then again, we can hope in the face of narcissism. But I already know stuff ain't going to go well. But I wish it will, and I hope I'm wrong. You guys have a great one.